All right, here we go. John Salley, welcome back.
What's up? How you living?
Hey, I'm living good.
Man.
You know, you living good also. I see you're happy, healthy.
I'm
Skin
always
looks
happy.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm younger every year.
Younger every year.
Yes, sir.
You're growing backwards. You're aging backwards.
Benjamin Button.
Right. It's that vegan diet, I'm sure.
Yes, it is.
You know, and the exercise.
You are what you eat.
Exactly. Well, first of all, let's talk about some of your business stuff.
Yeah.
Because you've got involved in some various companies.
Yeah.
The most interesting was a cannabis company, Deuces 22.
Yeah. Yeah, this
Deuces?
is just saying it. It's Deuces 22. My daughter and I started at Cannabis. Well, she did, and I'm just happened to be backing her, and then we became partners with it. But she's in charge.
Okay.
22. Her name is Tyler. 22-year-old entrepreneur who was like,
Oh, she's 22.
she's 22.
Hence the name Deuces 22.
Deuces 22.
Ah, okay.
And my basketball number was 22.
Ah, that too.
Yeah. And it's
okay.
the blessed number. And it's just perfect. It's
the
Emmett's
perfect
number.
number.
It's Clyde Drexler's number. It's Mercury Morris's number. It's just hot.
Okay. So, marijuana company means different things these days because there's so many different products. So what are you guys focusing on?
So the best thing about Deuces 22 is we're a lifestyle brand. And cannabis happens to be one of the SKUs in our brand.
Okay.
From clothing to furniture to design. She's passionate about doing all things, so we convinced ourselves to put it under one umbrella. But in the cannabis field, we start off with pre-rolls, and then
Okay.
we go to vape, and then we go to eighths, we go to gifts, specialty products, and we plan on being in about, right now we're going to launch here in California because this is the largest market, and then go up through Oregon, into Washington, out of the country into Vancouver. I'm shooting a show in the same process. Like literally, we are shooting the making of this premium brand.
Okay. So you guys are co-owners.
Yeah.
You're a smoker?
Am I a smoker? I even bought you some of them.
Okay, you are a smoker. Is your daughter a smoker?
Yes.
Okay. At what age did you actually, I don't know if you can allow her to smoke because, high school kids are going to do whatever the hell they want to do, but
Right.
was there a conversation at some point of, Dad, I'm smoking and you're cool with it?
The cool part was this. She probably won't like this story, but I don't really care. She got busted smoking. And my wife came in irate, going crazy. Now, I'm out on the balcony, 4 bongs deep. And but they don't come in my section. And my wife goes and comes in and she's this. And I look around, I go, she ain't been out here, so she didn't take anything that's mine. So when I go in to see her, she's in the corner, which is torture. And and she's high, facing the corner. Hilarious. And I guess the first time I smoked weed with her, I literally pulled out and said, "You want to smoke weed?" And she was like, "Yeah." She said she wasn't going to turn it down. Now, it's equivalent to saying, "Let's have a drink."
Okay. And she was how old at the time?
18 years old.
18.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 17 when she got busted by my wife, but 18 when she smoked with me. I think that was it.
Okay.
I took her to get her marijuana medical license. Now,
Okay.
they wanted to give her pills for concussion and for her migraine headaches. And I took her when she turned 18 years old. That was a gift. We got the card. She was able to go in. At that time, you're 18 years old to have a medical card. And she got a medical card, and from that point on, she was rolling.
Okay. So now you guys started this company. And I remember I saw some pictures and she's like in a grow house,
Yeah.
I guess, and so forth. So, I'm not very familiar with the business, but I've had people like Burner, come through and talk about, someone who's kind of like an OG in that game.
I did a lot of different shit, man. I just always had access to the best weed, and I knew how to work. And I feel like my trap house was when I was able to be at that dispensary when I was young. And when you're able to be in a dispensary with the kind of position I had at that young of an age, I mean, fuck, the sky's the limit. I was able to turn up.
Right, because you were actually working in the dispensaries originally.
Working, yep. I was working there as a bud tender at first, and then moved up to like store manager. I was doing all the buying of the product and deciding what goes on the shelf and whatnot. And so, at 18 years old, 19-year-old, that's a lot of it's a lot of power in someone's hands.
So are you guys actually growing yourself, or do you hook up with different growers in like Humboldt or wherever else?
Yeah, we up in Humboldt, THC Designs down in San Diego. We a bunch of places that are in interest in being in business and supplying us with cannabis.
Okay.
The deal with my daughter is she was like, we don't have to compromise for a good smoke. You don't have to compromise for convenience. Meaning, well, that's all they had and I was here. She goes, no, if you're going to smoke weed, it better be a good experience. So if she says I go and we have to pick up one of my packs and smoke, she don't want to have a bad experience with her own product. So we go find boutique, organic, clean grows. Now, usually we just search anywhere that Vital Garden Supply supplies. We understand that they supply organic things for growth. We follow them. Pure Crop One, when we see that word, Pure Crop One Farm, we join in quickly.
Right.
So
Well, you're actually an investor in Pure Crop One.
yeah, I called that guy.
Okay.
So it was a Saturday morning. I figured out my boy Ron Fowler got me his number. He was like, this is the guy's number. And then I do research and I say, Ray Drysdale, I check the whole thing out, Pure Crop One. So we know we've been trying to figure out all kind of ways to get Roundup banned in the state of California. Period. Then, that's my only thing as an animal activist. Is I join in when they try to ban something that also kills animals, also destroys the planet for the future. And I called him, I talked to him, I convinced him he should meet with me. I even convinced him to meet me in Los Angeles, and he's way down south. And he said, well, I'm going to be in that area, I'll meet you. And I sat and had a conversation with him. Then he brought Chris Hale, his president, in, and they were like, yeah, we think we're about putting you on the squad. And they had, all the stock was 100% them. 100% paid. They well funded. They didn't need anything I was giving them. They had already had leeways into Driscoll, which is a huge fruit company here, grower. And I was like, if you're going to do this cannabis thing, let me skip you, as opposed to you going through all the malarkey. That's a good word for it. I had to go through in this business. Let me put you with who's making the difference. And so when I introduced him to Brian, we went up. I saw Harborside Farms, which was one of the most unbelievable grows in Salinas I've ever seen, and how much they have invested not to contaminate their product. And then I went up to Humboldt and realized that this is the lifestyle of everyone in Humboldt. Every kid knows his father's in the cannabis business. Every school uniform, football, basketball, cheerleading, swimming trunks, all that is paid for.
It's all fun. It's all sponsored, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh.
By cannabis. So it's an unbelievable thing that keeps communities going. It's not like Flint, where the car company leaves and everybody else is drinking the lead.
And historically, Humboldt has always been like the weed epicenter, even when it was illegal. I mean, I remember in college just taking a road trip to Humboldt, and it's still like a haze because we smoke so damn much. Like,
Isn't it funny that they can make a plant illegal? That's ridiculous.